friends, welcome back to Food Prep Guide. Today I have a seed sprouting tip for you. I just yesterday did a progress walk throughout my garden to check progress of things, make a list of things I needed to do, and I noticed that not a single one of my muncher cucumbers sprouted, which is sad because that's my children's snack cucumber. And not a single one sprouted. I planted an entire trellis, which means about, I think, 25 seeds. So to not have a single one sprout means something's probably going on, which we'll talk about that in just a second. I also noticed that I got a very poor germination rate on my spaghetti squash seedlings. I only got, I think, 3 sprouted out of 15, which is very poor. Now, I don't fault the seed company for that because these are old seeds. I got them from Baker Creek. I absolutely love Baker Creek. Whenever I purchased them from that year, you're looking at a 100% germination rate, which is like unheard of. I absolutely love the company. But these are 1 to 2 years old. So when you're dealing with old seeds, one thing that I thought when I first started gardening was that I had to, when I opened the packet, I thought I had to use like all the seeds in there or they would be wasted. Like I didn't really think that you could plant seeds year after year after year, or that one seed packet would last several years. I just didn't know. So just in case anyone out there is brand new, and you do not have to plant all the seeds in the packet, and you can save them for other future years. So since these are old, and since I have already experienced a very poor germination rate, instead of going and buying new seeds, I'm going to try to save some money and use this sprouting hack, which I have used successfully for years, and it almost always works. So what I'm going to do is get 2 paper towels, and I'm going to soak the 2 paper towels really well with some water. I've got some water here, and I'm just going to soak the paper towels pretty good. I don't want it to be so soaked that when I wring it out, it's just pouring out water. But I do want it to be very damp. So I'm going to fold that over on itself and pat it. And try to get it good and wet all over the paper towel. Get a little bit more in this corner. Okay, that's about what I'm looking for. Trying to undo it here. There we go. Okay, so I've got it good and damp, and I'm gonna unfold it, and then it's just a matter of placing the seeds to where they're not touching each other and placing them along. I'm going to try to reposition you here so you can see a little better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place them in this bottom square right here. You can kind of see the indentation of where I folded it. And I'm going to start sprinkling the seeds in a line, not touching each other. And I'm going to do a lot more than I need because we are dealing with old seeds, so we are dealing with lower germination rates. So I only need, I think it's about 25, but I'm going to go ahead and do more than that. The important thing is that they just don't overlap. Spacing really doesn't matter. Just don't want to overlap them. Basically what we're doing is pre-sprouting the seeds in a perfect environment. Maybe not perfect, but when you are planting seeds outside, there are so many factors that go in that have to line up to make a seed sprout. And it could be your soil, it could be your temperatures, it could be rain. I mean, it could be pests. I mean, there's just so many outdoor factors when you are planting seeds outside that can affect your germination rate. But when you're doing it this way, you're giving it an ideal environment to sprout, and you're eliminating all those other factors that could be messing with your germination rate. Also, another benefit is once they are, whoops, my phone is falling. Once they're sprouted and you plop them in the ground, they're going to pop out of the ground a lot faster than what your seed packet says. Okay, so now I'm going to fold the towel over, very gently press, Get them all nice and soaking wet. See how that looks. Now I'm going to place them in the baggie. Actually, let me label the bag first. It's a lot easier to label without the seeds in there. So these are the muncher cucumbers. Okay, going to just slide these seeds in this baggie. And in order to fit in the baggie, if I need to fold it over again, that's totally fine. They already have that layer of padding on either side, so even though we're folding it, the seeds still aren't touching. Looks like I'm going to be able to get it without having to fold it over. Maybe just fold it over this top one. Okay. Last, we need to breathe into it. Plants thrive off carbon dioxide. So I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to try to shut the bag pretty fast. Leaving that air trapped in there. I'm not going to try to degas it. I want that air to kind of stay in there as long as possible. And now I'm going to set this in a sunny windowsill, and we will check back in 3 to 4 days and show you what that looks like and at what point I would plant these outside. Here we are on day 4, and just want to show you what is going on in here. Look at all of those beautiful seeds. And remember, these I planted 25 in the ground about 2 weeks ago, and not a single one sprouted. They're old seeds, but now we have given them an ideal sprouting environment, and you can see there's almost 100% germination rate. So I am now just going to go put these out in the ground. I'm going to be putting these white part right here, that's the root, and I'm going to be putting that down in the ground, and then any green part that's showing, that will be pointed up. So I hope that helps y'all. As far as when to plant them out, all you're looking for is for that seed to break open and for that first little white part to shoot out. So I actually could have probably already planted these out a day ago. See, like this one right here? See how it's barely got, it's just the seed hole is broken apart and there's just a tiny little root sticking out. That's a great time to go ahead and put it in the ground. So hope that helps y'all to be able to use up your seeds without having to buy more. If you don't get a good germination rate, this little hack will help you get those seeds going. They're usually still good. Okay guys, see y'all next time.